There were a number of times when you or a member of your family needed a favor. This is a situation where you owe me one. Have a nice rest of your day.
It sounds like someone deliberately tried to hurt you.
Sounds like attempted murder.
I can't imagine how terrified you must have been.
I found out who did this.
I love you, Derek.
For one night, let me remind you.
The Wednesday, February 18th. Spoilers for Beyond the Gates focus on Thomas grilling Haley. Randy gets a new assignment. And Daphnee tests Nicole's real feelings about the men in her life. Key takeaways. Thomas has questions for Haley. Randy's new assignment could expose a dangerous con. Daphnee pushes Nicole to confront her true feelings about the men in her life. Thomas grills Haley. On BTG, Thomas, Alex Alegria, is starting to think there is something up with his boss's wife. First, he overheard Haley, Moquita Goings, on the phone acting shady. But he never told Bill, Time and Kyle Duet, about it. And never truly confronted Haley about it, either. Now there's this business with Lynette, Dominique Madison. Haley delivered the pro bono documents to Lynette herself rather than having a messenger deliver them. She's hanging out with this client, and he wants to know why. Thomas and Caroline, Ellie Wang, have already discussed his suspicions. Now it looks like he's taking his questions straight to Haley. Little does the junior partner know that he needs to tread carefully here. Thomas doesn't know who he is really messing with. How will Haley respond? The fixer and the criminal. Meanwhile, the weekly spoilers reveal Bill calling in a favor to Joey, John Lindstrom. Joey's surprised that Bill's favor doesn't involve the Dupree family, who are always getting into a mess. No, this time Bill isn't playing fixer for them. He most likely wants Joey's help to find the guy who mugged his wife. And as we all know, there was no mugger. It was a scheme Lynette cooked up to help out her pal Haley. Will Joey do Bill this favor? We're thinking he does, because Randy, Maurice P. Kerry, is suddenly tasked with a new assignment that threatens to expose his entire con. Randy knows the truth about the so-called mugger and how all roads lead back to Lynette and Haley. If this is what happens, then he's in a very precarious position. What would he ultimately tell Joey? He'd better be careful about how he handles this situation. Daphnee questions Nicole. In BTG's video preview, Daphnee, Karla Mosley, complains to her sissy about being unable to talk about their sex lives with each other. But on Wednesday, she will try anyway. Daphanee's an oversharer of the highest order. But Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, is getting her groove back after divorcing Ted. She's not as free with the details of her dating life. Look for Daphnee to test Nicole's real feelings about Ted and her other men, Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, and Kill, Greg Vaughn. What is Daphnee attempting to accomplish here? And will this exercise give Nicole some clarity? A testy Grayson. Finally, Ashley, Jen Jacob, and Grayson, Jordi Villasuso, recently hit a bump in the road when he left right in the middle of an intimate moment after receiving a call from his mom's facility. They told him she had fallen. That's the story he's sticking to anyway. The drama in Fairmont Crest is showing no signs of cooling down. Following a Valentine's Day celebration that brought a mix of romance and reckoning, the week of February 17th is shaping up to be a pivotal one for the residents of this exclusive community. According to official spoilers from CBS and various soap opera outlets, Wednesday, February 18th, is set to be a particularly intense day, with suspicions reaching a boiling point, dangerous assignments being handed out, and familial loyalties put to the test. As the week progresses, the aftermath of Tuesday's explosive Valentine's events will linger. Tuesday saw Anita Dupree serenading her husband Vernon, Joey Armstrong ceding control to Vanessa, and perhaps most notably, Hayley Hamilton finally getting what she wants. However, in the world of soaps, getting what you want often comes with a price, and for Hayley, that bill may be coming due almost immediately. Meanwhile, Daphnee Dupree Hawthorne kicked off an unexpected alliance to battle a common enemy, setting the stage for a new power dynamic in town. But all of these storylines converge on Wednesday as suspicions, favors, and dangerous games collide. Thomas puts Haley on the hot seat. The headline-grabbing spoiler for February 18th centers on Thomas Navarro and Hayley Hamilton. According to multiple sources, Thomas's suspicions regarding Haley will reach a new peak, leading him to confront her directly with pointed questions. This interaction is teased as one that will not only rile Haley but could also put a target on Thomas's back. The nature of Thomas's suspicions is deeply rooted in the complex web of deceit currently strangling Fairmont Crest. Haley, along with her co-conspirator Randy Parker and the manipulative Lynette Wise, has been at the center of a scheme that has had devastating consequences. The recent death of Doug McBride, which many suspect was not a simple accident, looms large over these storylines. Haley's desperation to be with Bill Hamilton has made her a pawn in a much larger and more dangerous game, and her agitation under Thomas's questioning suggests that she is a weak link in the conspiracy. Why is Thomas so interested in Haley? The spoilers don't explicitly state his motivation, but context clues from previous episodes offer a few possibilities. Thomas may be acting on behalf of someone else, or his own detective work might have led him to believe Haley is hiding something significant. Given that his questioning riles her, it's clear he is hitting close to home. Haley has been frustrated by the lack of progress in her murder plot, as earlier spoilers described her state of mind. If Thomas is poking holes in her story or alibi, her frustration could boil over into panic, potentially causing her to make a critical mistake. The danger for Thomas is palpable. If Haley is involved in something as serious as the circumstances surrounding Doug's death, and if her partners in crime, namely Lynette, who always seems to be pulling the strings, feel threatened, anyone asking too many questions becomes a liability. Thomas might believe he is just satisfying his curiosity, but in Fairmont Crest, curiosity can be a deadly trait. This confrontation promises to be a tense, high-stakes encounter that could either crack Haley's facade or put Thomas squarely in the crosshairs of some very dangerous people. Bill calls in a favor to Joey. While Thomas is busy interrogating Haley, another key player is making moves of his own. Bill Hamilton finds himself in the unusual position of having to reach out to Joey Armstrong to request a favor. This is a significant development, as Bill and Joey are not exactly friends. Their connection, if any, is likely strained, given Joey's own questionable history and his current involvement with Vanessa, whose husband, Doug, has just perished under suspicious circumstances. The nature of Bill's favor is not detailed in the spoilers, but given Bill's status as a powerful and proud man, having to ask Joey for anything suggests he is either desperate or dealing with a problem that requires someone with Joey's particular, and perhaps unscrupulous, skill set. Bill has been digging into unsettling health scares and has been worried about his daughter Haley's setbacks, indicating he is under immense personal and family pressure. Joey, on the other hand, is a wild card. He has been teaching people harsh lessons and is not above watching his enemies squirm. By the end of the week, spoilers indicate that Joey will take no small amount of pleasure in watching Haley and Randy squirm in front of Bill. This suggests that the favor Bill asks for could backfire spectacularly.